gonna have guest appearances. Might even have some twerking. I don't know yet. I gotta figure this shit out. It's my first episode. So you might even see me in the kitchen cooking. In an acre. With 2 baddies. Yeah, that sounds wild. You can do that, right? What? Big baby in the kitchen cooking burgers with 2 baddies dogs on? This might be real spicy. But like I said before, just doing a quick video. The biggest jackass that I know can sweet talk you out your panties. But damn, this boy's a hypocrite. Eddie Hearn, let's give him a round of applause. Give him Eddie Hearn. This guy Eddie Hearn right here. So we all know that his guy Ben, I don't really know too much about him, failed his drug test about 2 days ago. Alright, it's your boy Big Baby Miller here, and I told you I was gonna drop the first YouTube video tonight, today, and this is it. This is the moment a bunch of people have been waiting for, been asking me to talk about what's been going on in my life, my career, and what's next for the baby. The one and only Big Baby. Not my little son, tiny son that came from my nuts, the copycat. We all know who he is. That's a whole other episode. We're gonna get back to him soon. But let's, and foremost, we want to thank God, thank the Creator, man, because if it wasn't for him and my fans, man, I don't know how I would have got through where I am today with all the disappointments and defeats. Sometimes the biggest defeats are not in the ring, it's outside the ring and how we do our daily life. And of course, we're going to talk about what we have in the future. And I definitely want to add a segment on another episode of talking about our surroundings as fighters, being aware of who we keep around and what position they play in our life and in our career. And of course, relationships. We're all fighters, but of course we all have our needs. Some of us are married, some of us have girlfriends. At the same time, it can be your biggest downfall in the company you keep. So we're definitely going to get into that and the kind of women and the kind of support team and support system that you need as a fighter that's going to definitely help benefit you now, in the future, and even especially after you retire. That's a whole other episode though. So Big Baby, what I've been up to. So after these 3 years I've been out the game, haven't had any fights. Been out here in these streets wild.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. Trying to survive. Been out the game for 3 years. Nonsense. But hey, sometimes they give you lemons, you gotta make Kool-Aid. So we take it as it is. But like I said, we just got back in the ring. Our first fight was back in June. We fought Bracamonte. It was in Argentina, and I looked and felt like doo-doo. But I whooped his ass though. Check out. Boy, I handled all kind of shots. But the boy kept on coming. It was 10 rounds of fun. I trained about 2 weeks for that fight. Then I came back about 10 pounds less, and I fought in Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee. You don't need Tennessee, girl. And I stopped him in the 4th round. It was a guy from Mexico. It was a good fight. Needed extra rounds, a couple rounds I needed there. Now, 2 months later, we're here in Bucharest, Romania, getting ready for another showdown. We're really supposed to fight in Kazakhstan. Of course, because between the conflict between Russia and Ukraine right now, it was in a safe precaution not to fly to Kazakhstan, and a lot of people undercard were also Russian. And because we're called to war, that the car got canceled. So we moved everything to Romania right now. We're fighting October 19 in Yash. Beautiful town. Check it out. A lot of fun, honeys. We're gonna finally come check your boy out. But anyway, October 19th is gonna go down. Come check us out there for that. And of course, the main thing is getting in shape, feeling good, mentally and physically. Fighting is not about just getting in the ring, collecting the check. Being a fighter is more than just getting in the ring and throwing punches and trying to knock dudes out. It's about being physically, mentally prepared to go in the ring for battle. I've never sold my soul short for money or for attention. It's all about doing it the right way. And even though people are going to cut their eye and do what they want to say, listen, some of us get the raw end of the stick. Pause. Yeah, so let's get right into, #1 topic all going over Instagram right now is, of course, Eddie Hearn and his new Golden Goose failing their drug test. Now, the ironic part about this whole thing is now that they're fighting in UK, right? UKADA and VADA was 2 different testing companies that they've been using. He failed doing VADA protocol, but now Eddie Hearn is saying that they're not going to recognize VADA, they don't know what they're doing, blah, 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 whatever nonsense he's saying now.
The issue of
the VADA rules not kind of being in line with WADA, UCAD, etc., etc., does it kind of create a grey area for whether he's done wrong or not?
Not really. We signed up for a VADA test and he failed a VADA test. If we'd signed up for a WADA test or a UCAD test only, he would still be fighting. But we signed up for a VADA test. And, you know, I've spoken to the British Boxing Board of Control. If UCAD and WADA don't do something about this for boxing, this is going to end in tears and injury.
Basically, hypocrite and contradicting himself. And they're going to uphold the UCAD rules because he didn't do anything wrong with UCAD. It's so funny that this is the route that he's taking and the stance he's taking on this situation. Of course, with a lot of other fighters, he's throwing the bus, and especially me, he's throwing the bus crazy. Now, let's get something straight now. I'm going to mention some names in this video. I'm far from a hater. If anybody know me, I'm not a hater. I got mad love for everybody. If you're a heavyweight, I probably just want to punch you in the face. But I'm going to bring certain topics up within this video that I'm going to give you some examples. So your man Ben right here in England fell for a test. Check this video out.
Connor, first of all, the breaking news, as you've heard, about potentially that fight between Joshua and Miller being cancelled. How you've reacting as a boxing fan yourself?
Well, I just heard it when I got to the gym this morning. I can't believe it. The biggest night of your life, the biggest fight of your career, and you know you get tested positive for a banned substance. It baffles me. When you see boxers at the top level concern themselves with these sort of issues, especially this close to a massive fight, I mean, does that not concern you as a professional in that field? Well, my nutritionist, think I'm not even at world level, and my nutritionist has a go at me for taking vitamin C tablets if they haven't been tested. So the team he's got round him should say, listen, check all your substances. You're earning a few good quid here, and why put that to risk?
You see, shit happens in the sport of boxing. The thing is now, compared to what other fighters have got in trouble for and what I got in trouble for, I've never ever taken an anabolic steroid. The problem is, a lot of people don't know this, because when the whole information came out, the news or the media that reached out to me, some care, some didn't really. They Google some information, take it and run with it. When somebody fails a certain kind of drug test, there's things you have to look forward to. And every state is different. There's the reason why when John Jones failed a test in Vegas for a certain amount of substance in the system, he was still able to go fight in California, right? Some states are non-tolerant to certain amounts of levels in your system. Some are no-tolerant, right? Vegas is a no-tolerant state. And I'll get into that one day about how they dealt with my situation. To get something done, I fell for nonsense. Yes, it was in a male enhancement pill in nanogram amounts. Nanograms. This is like 0.1 of a million grams. Like, it's just the smallest. You guys look it up. It's like, it's not even a drop of sand in a pool of water. It's worse than that, and unfortunately, the only company that does this testing or can help kind of guide you through testing per se, I would say, is only VADA. And when I mean guide, stream, right? So there's a lot of things around my testing that I haven't released, but I would like to release one day at some point real soon, right? So even if you wanted to get screened for a lot of these products, because we party, we all hang out, we go out, we have fun. There's no way of actually knowing what's in your system until you actually take a test. And it's like you walking into a firefight blind. And this is the problem that I do not agree with a lot of the testing protocols. But let's get back to Ben, and we'll leave that for a whole nother episode to make you guys think and really do research on. So your boy Ben here, Eddie Hearn's new golden goose, failed for chlorophene. Right? If I don't know if I'm pronouncing this shit right. But chlorophene is used basically to when you're coming off of testosterone or another steroid, to kind of mellow you, kind of maintain that level or get you back into homeostasis, right? So it's a prenatal vitamin, which most men don't really take, so which makes it awkward, right? What makes it more funny is that Eddie Hearn just really tries to just dismiss it like it's nothing as usual when it's his fighters. When it's other fighters, he's quick to say something about it. So let's just clarify something. Eddie Hearn was more hurt about the AJ fight because of his money. And people don't understand the reason why he didn't bat for me was Eddie is a co-promoter, right? So I have more than one promoter that I work with. So it's a lot easier, a lot cheaper for him just to throw me under the bus and cut all ties with me than him actually digging to the bottom of things and trying to find a way to fight it or even get through situation. So that's the reason why I was thrown under the bus in the first place. But Eddie, we all know, is a hypocrite. I mean, there's interviews going around, ton of interviews going around, and there's stuff that I've been always said, and now it's coming to light. I mean, he's worked with a ton of fighters that have failed for worse than what I failed for. And like I said before, nothing I took was an anabolic steroid. None of that. But he's worked with heavyweights. Carlos Molina fell for anabolic steroid. Luis Ortiz fell for anabolic steroid. Marius Watt fell for anabolic steroid. Povetkin fell for multiple anabolic steroid. Canelo, not even a heavyweight, but heavyweight money, fell for anabolic steroid. And if you don't know this, what a TUE is, a therapeutic use exemption. You know who has a therapeutic use exemption? Probably from the time he came out of the Olympics, his Golden Goose heavyweight. I don't even need to say Applejack's name. You already know what time it is. This dude's been on test for I don't know how many years. But see, the problem is you guys think that a boxer can put on 20 to 15 pounds of muscle on within a year. I know professional bodybuilders that don't even do that in 2 years. And that's what they live for doing in their career. But see, what problem is with nowadays, especially in the boxing, it's so easy to pick up a camera and anybody can say, I'm going to be a boxing vlog or a boxing Instagram guy. And none of you guys are doing their research, you know. And that's the sad part about this game. It's the sad part about boxing. You know, a lot of people can just go in the gym, I want to be a boxing coach. Like I said, this is my first video I'm doing for YouTube. You know, we definitely want to do a podcast. We're going to do a lot more stuff. You know, I'm in Romania training, so it's a little difficult, technical-wise, to get everything the way we want it right now. But I feel like it's a good time to start, you know, and this is only going to get better. The episode's going to get better. We're definitely going to have guest appearances on the show. We're definitely going to have doing things. We're going to have the camera 24/7 rolling, having fun. But like I said, we're going to do a quick video today for the first episode, you know, and hope you guys enjoy it and keep tuning in. This is Big Baby, the Big Baby Show. Everything's a fight. Everything's a fight. Remember that. But there's a lot of great talk going on in the heavyweight division now. So there's a couple new guys that are coming. We got the Joy Joyce. That's an ugly motherfucker right there. And he beat up my boy Joseph Parker. I'm a smoking for you, Joseph. I'm a smoking for you. Just give me some time. I'm a smoking for you, though. But besides that, before we get to Joy Joyce and all the crazy stuff, Big Baby needs to get in shape because I'm a realist. Been out of the game for a little while. Another 2-3 more months, I'm coming to everybody's head. Point blank, period. So just tune in and be sure. Oh, it's going to be fireworks. So my next fight's going to be October 19th. We're going to be here in Romania. It's going to be amazing. If you don't know nothing about Romania, man, you got to take a trip out here. I'm talking about the honeys is fly. The fly is honey. Everything is sweet. And you better not lose under your sheets. That's what I got to say about that right now. But yeah, October 19th, we fight here in Romania. It's going to be dope. It's going to be a great atmosphere. I'm headlining out here. I can't wait to put on the show. And of course, you know, they will always put on the show. Always put on the show. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next